Decades of studying charisma led to this. Number 1, authority charisma. This type has a very powerful presence even though they aren't necessarily nice nor friendly. The best historical examples are Napoleon, Stalin, and the Austrian painter. Now let's take a look at their key traits. In 2008, a Princeton study revealed that your height can actually hijack your charisma. For each additional inch in height, a man is paid 1.8% more in annual salary. But none of these historical examples were taller than 5'9", yet they all used something called expansive posture. Basically, you have to stand with your chest open, shoulders back, chin up, and legs a little bit spread. Also, try to avoid fidgeting around. The human brain instinctively reads this as a sign of weakness. But this type of charisma is just not complete without its vocal signature. Let's take an example from Stalin's speech. You have to use short, firm sentences, show certainty, and avoid filler words. But there's a key trait that truly distinguishes this type from the vast majority. So let's take a look at the ruler whose charisma was so hypnotically powerful that people started to see him as more than just a man. Vlad the Impaler. When he was just 7, little Vlad was sent by his own father to the Turks, an insurance for Romania's loyalty to the Ottoman Empire. But 9 years later, Vlad received the news. His father assassinated, his brother buried alive, all of these made by the hand of the greedy local nobles. So he came back, he killed the traitors, and then he installed the most oppressive, ruthless, and controlling regime ever known to Europe. Yet most of the population respected him, some even loved him. Because in his regime, he vowed to take back all the power from the greedy nobles and give it back to the everyday man. He gave the people a common enemy. You have to apply the same strategy, but to a slightly smaller scale. For example, if you're on a date with a girl from your class, you can talk about one of your teachers that you both hate. But let's go back to the graph. This axis represents power, while this axis represents warmth. Now, authority charisma only represents power, so it's the simplest to understand. But the next one has both. Number 2, focus charisma. This type makes the other person feel important and heard, while still keeping a form of authority. The best historical examples are Abraham Lincoln, Oprah Winfrey, and Morgan Freeman. There are 2 gestures you have to keep in mind. The first one is nodding. It was proven that nodding 3 times in a row during a conversation makes the other person 67% more likely to continue talking. The second one is this. Apparently, keeping your hands like this makes you seem more trustworthy. Yet, for this type of charisma, you also have to use reflective listening, aka encouraging the other person to keep talking. Here are some examples. Instead of saying, "I already knew this," you can say something like, "That's right." Instead of, "I was just about to say this. I was thinking about the same thing." And instead of, "You're wrong," "I see it a bit differently." Number 3, visionary charisma. This one truly inspires people and makes them agree with their vision. The best examples are Steve Jobs, JFK, and Martin Luther King. Here the most specific body language trick is the faraway gaze, as if you're seeing something others can't yet see. Of course, you can only use this one when you're talking about something inspiring. It won't work with regular small talk. But the next one will. Apparently, both pickup artists and salesmen use this specific gesture. It's a subconscious trick that automatically makes people nod, so they become more likely to agree with you. And yet, if you truly seek to inspire, you must craft your speech with the very tool that has echoed through the words of every great leader in history: rhetoric. Here are some of the most important types. A. Antithesis. You add 2 opposite ideas in the same phrase in order to create a strong contrast. B. Parallelism. Here you have to use the same grammatical structures in order to make your phrases sound better. C. Tricolon. Here you use 3 words, 3 phrases, or 3 sentences in a row. D. Epistrophe. Here you repeat the same word or phrase at the end of several sentences. If this is something that interests you, I have this video covering even more types of rhetoricals. skills. Number 4, kindness charisma. This type creates a deep emotional connection with the people around them. The best examples are Princess Diana, Dalai Lama, and Keanu Reeves. The first step is to make yourself more trustworthy. The easiest trick to do that is by showing your palms as much as possible. Evolutionary speaking, this signals the other person that you are not a threat and that they can relax around you. As a fun fact, if you're on a date, you can also use this as a smooth transition to hold hands together. However, in order to create a true emotional connection, you also have to understand their psychological state. There are two ways to do that. A. Directly. Here you can use introspective questions like, when do you feel more like yourself? What do you wish more people understood about you? If you want to be more subtle, you can ask something like, what movie or TV character would you identify with? If they say something like Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games, it means that they are going through some hard times. B. Indirectly. You can actually discover someone's fear and past trauma by simply paying attention to their behavior. For example, if they over-apologize, it means they have a deep fear of rejection. If they avoid conflict, they fear abandonment. And if they joke excessively, it means they have a strong fear of being vulnerable. The key? You have to indirectly assure them that you will not reject, abandon, or make fun of their vulnerabilities. Yet, you can also read a person's feelings by paying attention to their unconscious movements. You probably already know the basic signs like quick blinking means anxiousness, but the more advanced ones? Fortunately for you, I know just the video.